Hey there guys, my name is Frack, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be going over a leveling guide for Blade Vortex Elementalist. I'm currently level 69, getting very close to finishing Act 10, killing Katava and going to maps. I wanted to make this video before I do that though and go over just basically my starter for the league and show you guys what I've been doing with it and give you guys a guide for if you guys want to do a Blade Vortex Elementalist. Just a quick starter leveling guide for you guys for this build. In a couple of days, I'll be into maps and I'll be getting to the end game of the build. And once I do, I will be showing you guys more on that and just giving you guys another like a full guide on the build. Might even put up a build in Path of Exile forms as well. We'll see. I've never done that before, so I'll have to try, but we'll see if I can. But yeah, in the description of this video, I'm going to leave a text guide for the leveling. Basically, everything I'm going over in this video will be in text in the description. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, or if you just want to come back in the future and just look up quick things like your skill gems, stuff like that, all that it will be in the description. Also, I'm going to leave a path of building in the description as well, which has 4 different trees showing you progression of leveling and what you should do with your passive points, which we'll go over that in this video as well. Give you guys some tips on like when to switch to Blade Vortex, which is very important. So let's go ahead and get started. To start, we're going to go over the path of building. So I'm going to pull that up for you right now. Here it is. Like I said, this is going to be in the description. It has 4 different sets of ascendancy. Just you can follow step by step and follow the guidance and keep leveling with it. So for starting, we're going to go ahead and grab the spell damage nodes. Pretty basic, simple, grabbing the life here and the life and mana recovery here. So that's very easy for you leveling. I recommend when you level from level 1 to 12, you do Freeze Pulse. Very easy spell to use. If you want to try to find a wand that has like a +1 cold gems from the vendor, you might be able to find that for really cheap. If you have a couple alchemies, like if you're leveling a new character, or if you're already a couple levels in, you found an alchemy orb, you can get a LifeSprig wand or a Wanderlust. You can just buy those on path of PoE.trade, and that'll help your leveling a lot faster. And then once you hit level 12, you're going to start using Firestorm. Firestorm's pretty good. We'll be going from this set of nodes into the Templar to grab life, elemental damage, and area of effect, which is the second one. I have it listed as start using Blade Vortex, but I'll tell you exactly when to use it here. So basically, you're still going to use Firestorm when you're using this tree until you get the skill effect duration nodes here. But to start, you're not going to go down there. You're going to go from the first tree, you're going to go straight into Templar. You're going to grab the life and grab the... actually, you don't want to get this life node just yet. You want to grab the life here and then get the elemental damage, elemental resistances, and then also get the area of effect. This is great for Firestorm, giving it more area, obviously, and also more damage. Then once you do that, then you want to go down and grab the skill effect duration here, which is when you want to switch to Blade Vortex. Before you even do your first lab. A lot of guides recommend you wait till your first or second lab to use Blade Vortex, but with the new changes that have been made in patch 3.3, the damage is a little bit better, but the big thing is that you don't need to... the maximum number of blades is 10 and not 20, but they buffed the damage, so it's not actually like having the damage of the Blade Vortex. It's just making it a lot easier to get to max damage with Blade Vortex, so you can actually use it a lot sooner than later. You don't have to wait for Spell Echo and stuff like that. This is when I switch to it. I personally don't like waiting to using the abilities that like if I'm doing a build, I don't want to wait till level 50 to use my main ability. I just want to use it as quickly as possible. So with this, you can do that pretty early, around level 25 or 30. Grab Blade Vortex as quickly as possible. I think it's level 12 or 18 gem. You can just grab it from the vendor, or I think it's also from a quest, or you can buy it on PoE trade for like an alchemy orb, and just keep leveling it while you're going. And then once you reach this, you want to switch to Blade Vortex. Before you switch to Blade Vortex, though, you want to go to PoE Trade and buy a certain item. It is about 1 to 2 alchemy. I promise you by level 30, you should have this much currency to buy a couple uniques. You should have probably 1 to 2 chaos, or maybe like 7 or 8 alchemy orbs by level 30. You want to buy the String of Servitude. This is a new item from the Incursion League. Now that we're day 2 in, there's a lot of these items being posted, and they're really cheap. The one you want to go for is increased area of effect. The max you can get for roll is 30%. The implicit goes from 8 to 10, and then the implicit modifier magnitudes are tripled, so it'll go to 30% increased area of effect. that's when you want to switch to Blade Vortex, because Blade Vortex doesn't have that big of an area of effect, but obviously through the passive tree and items, you'll get increased area of effect. And with this, there's no level requirement, so buy it off PoE trade. It's like 1 alchemy orb, and then start using Blade Vortex with that second tree I linked to you. So that's when I started using it. It had a pretty good size area of effect and was actually pretty smooth. The damage is insanely good. The damage got buffed obviously because you only need to get to 10 stacks of Blade Vortex, which is a lot quicker, so it's a lot easier to level with. So yeah, once you've done that, we're gonna go to the next set of trees. This is when you get to around level 55 or 60 as you're on your way. You have 2 options. It depends on what you feel. You can either go straight down and grab this big life node from the Scion life tree. Or you can do what I did, which is I went up here and got the critical strike chance, and then I went and got these nodes here and got this 30 dex alacrity as soon as possible, because Blade Vortex needs a lot of dexterity, and so you'll need to get it off your passive tree and also off your items. Excuse me. Also, before you actually do that, probably should have mentioned this. For the 3rd tree, you want to grab, after you start using Blade Vortex, grab Precision the next 2 levels before you get this crit or before you go into life, because this gives you the attack and cast speed, movement speed, and also the 20 dex, which is going to give you enough dexterity for the next 10 levels or so to level your Blade Vortex as you continue through the axe. And then you want to grab this. I think I grabbed this alacrity node here, and then I went and grabbed the life, and then I went over here and grabbed this crit and also life and energy shield nodes. So that's that. Pretty simple. I didn't grab Mind Over Matter. I was just leveling with Herald of Ash by itself with the Blade Vortex. You're not gonna really use all 3 heralds. I use after my first lab, I used Herald of Ash and Ice at 50% mana reserve. I didn't use Mind Over Matter because I was almost 2-shotting everything, and I wasn't really needing to sit there and cast more Blade Vortexes. The damage and clear speed was very good, even in the temples. So yeah, that's basically it for that. And then once I got my second Ascendancy big node, I started using all 3 of my heralds, which that'll be in the description. It'll show you all the gem links for what you want to do. So now we're going to go over the last one. This is the last passive tree before map. This is basically when you start maps, which I'm very close to. I'm almost finished killing Katava. I'll have that done here in the next hour or 2. I did grab Mind Over Matter for this, but I don't really like Mind Over Matter that much. I might not use it. We'll see. It is obviously a nice defensive. I am in softcore, so dying once or twice is no big deal. And we're going to grab all these life nodes once we get into maps here, and obviously upgrade our gear with life. So right now I'm sitting level 69, about 3k life, a little bit of energy shield with Mind Over Matter. But once I get into maps, and if I take out a Mind Over Matter and get more into the life nodes in Scion, you'll probably have around 5.5k life, which is where you're going to end up. So now let's see. So basically what you're going to do from here, I'd recommend once you get this crit node here, instead of going down here, even though these nodes are really, really powerful, I actually recommend getting the skill duration first. Reason being is because I like fast clear speeds. I don't like stopping, so I want to have the most duration as possible, so with less times I have to sit there and stop and cast Blade Vortex. Then you can grab the life there, or you can just go straight here and grab all this crit and life and more dexterity as well through coordination. So that's basically where I am right now. Pretty simple. When you're leveling Blade Vortex, I'd recommend you have a 4-link. Level 30, you can buy a 4-link for cheap. You can find one very easily. And you would use Blade Vortex, Control Destruction, Phys to Lightning, and Added Fire. I'd recommend, like I said, all the description for all this will be in the description below. Make sure to read that. It's probably a little more step by step. I might be going out of, I might be going back and saying things from the beginning like I just did, but now I just want to go over one more quick thing. The uniques you can buy while leveling, which are very powerful. Axiom Perpetuum, highly recommend. I was able to afford one. There were 2 Chaos in the beginning of the league, and I had 2 Chaos at level 30, so I bought one. And just another dagger with spell damage, and your offhand is good. And then also Hrim Sorrow. This is great because it has 50% of physical damage converted to cold damage, and then your Axiom is just a bunch of damage. So if you have like 2 or 3 Chaos, especially right now in the league after day 1, you can buy 2 Axioms, you can buy a Hrim Sorrow, and you can just go through content so quickly. Obviously, the end game is Impulsas. That's really expensive right now. What I've been recommending is if you find Sadist Garbs on the ground, chance them. Your chance orbs you're not going to use for anything. Maybe you'll get lucky and get an Impulsas, and you'll be filthy rich. I've been doing that. I haven't got one, but maybe I'll get one soon. So that's basically it. Oh, see, I forgot something. This is recommended for when you start using Blade Vortex to get this item right here, the String of Servitude. I don't know. Actually, I did talk about this. Excuse me. I did talk about this. Getting the increased area of effect. I did talk about that, so we're good. So that's basically it. Some other gem links to do are Whirling Blades, faster attacks, and Fortify. I don't have that right now because I don't have daggers. I'm using wands because they have more spell damage. Later in the game, once people find more daggers with spell damage on them, I'll be able to switch. But for now, I'm just using Flame Surge and Arcane Surge. For increased cast speed. You can also use faster casting, which is probably better. Also, right now I have Arcane Surge, Power Charge on crit, and Orb of Storms to get nice power charges, which are insane amount of crit. You'll be critting everything and shattering everything on your screen. Last, you want to get Herald of Thunder, Curse on Hit, and Warlords Mark to get endurance charges and a little bit of leech. And that's basically it. There's a cast when damage taken setup, cast when damage taken, Immortal Call, increased duration. Can't get that just yet. I don't have the items for it. I'm gonna get a armor pair of boots so I can get 3 red very easily. I don't want to spend chromes on like evasion items trying to get 3 reds and waste my chromes. So that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I also will leave my profile in the description as well, so you guys can check my progress on my character, and you guys can get a more up to date on what gem links I have and what items I have. Maybe you guys can follow that as well. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. Like I said, I'll have all the description for everything in the description, like the path of building and the step-by-step guide. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time.